1-800-449-8255. The incredible, observant, articulate, amazingly critical Clark the Shark Show, where tonight, right here on the Clark the Shark Show, I think I'm taking insane, crazy pills. Maybe I am the one, like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, Sharky Reloaded. For maybe I'm the only human being on planet Earth that sees this, or just me and maybe 7 or 8 other American people, or maybe some guy in India, he sees it too, or one guy in Vietnam. Have you ever seen an election ever, like in California, where the Democrats win all down ballot, but California, in a dark blue state, elects a Republican governor? I'm sure it's happened, in the past, but I don't see it really happening today anymore. When the Democrat blue meanies get out and vote, they're voting all Democrat up and down that ballot, baby. But Republicans, for some reason, they don't do this. Or do they? Or don't they? Or do they? We just don't know, you guys, what's going on here. Now, Herschel Walker ran last night in Kentucky, and he was defeated by Andy Beshear, who is the son of a famous, coal mining hillbilly Kentucky Democrat back in the 60s, Mr. Beshear, his daddy or his uncle, or I don't know, his great-great-grandpappy Beshear. Who gives a flying fuck if somebody's dad was the governor back in 1968 or some shit? I would have fucking voted for Herschel Walker last night. I'm not going to call him by his real name. The Republicans think they can win with a black dude. They're always trying this, and it seems like they're always losing. I know they may win now and then, sometimes with it. When the economy's really, really bad and the Democrats have really, really fucked up your state, yeah, you might see a black Republican guy win sometimes. I mean, it happens. I don't mean like Tim Scott, in South Carolina or wherever. I mean like when they ran the football guy in Georgia who lost to Stacey Abrams. I'm sorry, not her. Some other crook Democrat in Georgia. But once again, the GOP tried to run Herschel Walker in Kentucky last night against the hillbilly son, Andy Beshear. Yeah, he's a real moderate. Yeah, you can trust a Democrat to be a moderate, can't you? Oh, someday when this Andy Beshear is president in 2 years, he won't be fucking flooding us or, ripping down the wall or any of that. He's a moderate, right, you guys? I mean, come on, dude. Moderates aren't like Joe Biden. Oh, wait a minute. I thought Joe Biden was a moderate. What happened to that? He gets into office and, oh, look, dude, the wall disappears and, fucking 10 million people come in. Well, if you don't believe Andy Beshear is the exact same way, or any other Democrat, well, Mr. No college degree in Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Missouri, look out, because your job can go to a guy from El Salvador that'll be up at 5 fucking a.m. and will do your job way better than you for less than half the price. And you can bet that Andy Beshear will rather have that fucking guy than you. And Herschel Walker here last night, this guy, he would have defended your job and gotten rid of the fucking guy from El Salvador. But I guess you don't want to listen to Clark the Shark right here at 1-800-449-8255. Yeah, that's right. You're automatically a racist or you're prejudiced if you don't think like the Democrats. Go try to park your car in California at night. You can't find a fucking parking space here now. You know why? Because the Democrats give out driver's licenses to everybody coming here. I'm not talking about the Hispanic people. I'm talking about people from all over the planet. Ukraine, Poland, Russia, India, United Arab Emirates, fuck dude, Czechoslovakia, Germany, London, Sweden, Stockholm, Norway, dude. Yeah, they are equal to you, to a Democrat, and to probably this guy, this so-called moderate Andy Beshear, who last night defeated this guy, Hershel Walker, in Kentucky. But don't ask me how Herschel Walker only got 627,086 votes. And another thing that looks really weird here, why did Andy Beshear only get 694,167 votes? Am I the only human being in America to notice that? Why is this map so blue for Andy Beshear, but it isn't blue for any other map where a Republican was running? Why, look at this one with Russell Coleman running for Attorney General against Pamela Stevenson. Yeah, I mean, Russell Coleman got 752,230 votes. Way more people voted for Russell Coleman than they did for Andy Beshear. Isn't that weird? You would think these 752,230 people might have voted for Cameron above 700,000, or maybe 710,000 or 712,000 or 722,000. But somehow the electronic voting machines could only muster 627,086 votes for Daniel Walker last night. Kentucky, sorry. Well, look at that, you guys. Russell Coleman got 752,000 votes. He basically got 130,000 or 125,000 more votes than Herschel Walker got in Kentucky last night, you guys. And why did the GOP run Walker again? Why do they keep thinking they can win with a black dude? I'll never understand it. And where are all these black people, supposedly 20% or 22%, are voting Republican now? I don't fucking see it. You better change that 22% down to fucking 2%. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. But it gets even worse, you guys. You think 752,230 votes for Russell Coleman is a pretty big number, huh? And you think his map is pretty red, huh? You're like, well, Shark, it's because they're all racist. They're all prejudiced against Herschel Walker. They didn't want to vote for him. Well, 752,230, I'll fucking give you that number. But how do you explain this fucking number, people, down below? Why, 784,772 people voted for Michael Adams, Secretary of State. Look at that. Only 509,889 voted for this Charles Wheatley, the Democrat. This looks more accurate in a ruby red, beet red state like Kentucky to me, Clark the Shark. So you're telling me Michael Adams got 784,772 votes, but Herschel Walker last night, you guys, he could only muster 627,086. That's weird, you guys. Those must be a real bunch of racist, prejudiced people in Kentucky last night. They were voting fucking Republican like crazy all over the ballot, all over the state, you guys. Republicans won everywhere like mad fuck. They're like fucking crazy. Like they were giving out Republican votes like fucking tasty bread. But oh, not for Herschel Walker. Him. Hershel, this fucking dude here, could only get 627,086. I guess the liberals in the media are right. There are a lot of Trump, racist, redneck, hillbilly people out there, because a fucking 150,000 of them didn't want to vote for Herschel Walker last night. I'm sorry, I mean, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm just going to call him Herschel Walker. He's the fucking token fucking dude the GOP always runs and who always just about always loses. But what I can't figure out is, dude, me, Clark the Shark, I vote GOP no matter who the fuck it is. It could be Pee Wee fucking Herman. It could be Ben Stiller. Or it could be David Spade. Fuck, I'll tell you what, I'll vote for Joe fucking Dirt against the Democrat, you guys. 1-800-449-8255, the fabulous, amazing Clark the Shark Show from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. If there were more people like me in Kentucky last night, I promise you, Herschel Walker, this guy, would have gotten more than 627,086 votes. But you want to know what's weird? If he had 50,000 more votes last night, he would have only had 677,086 votes, and he still would have lost to, I'm not going to call him Andy Beshear. I'm going to call him Gavin Newsom in Kentucky last night. Gavin Newsom would have beat Herschel Walker anyway, even if Herschel had 677,086 votes last night. He still would have lost by 22,000 votes to Gavin fucking Newsom in Kentucky last night. That guy. I'm not going to call him Andy Beshear. I'm not going to give him a fucking name. I'm not even going to. You know, I'm disgusted in you, Kentucky, not because you did or didn't vote for Herschel Walker last night, but because you don't question today, like me, Clark the Shark, why so many parts of your red state went blue. You don't like say, dude, what were the voting machines off? You know, what happened? You don't even talk about it. Are you people in Kentucky really prejudiced against blacks? That you wouldn't fucking vote for this guy last night, Herschel Walker? You wouldn't fucking vote for him? For what? So you voted for this fucking guy? Wasn't Andy Newsom the fucking dude that let the criminals vote, that lets the criminals out? Oh, you guys have a short memory, Kentucky, huh? You forgot that Gavin Beshear did that to you, Kentucky, didn't you? Oh, you forgot pretty quick. You have a short memory, Kentucky. But you know what? I think a lot of you know our votes are, I'm not going to say rigged or not rigged, but I think a lot of you are like me, Clark the Shark, and you've just thrown up your hands and you've fucking given up. You're like, we can't beat them, Shark. We give up. Well, that's real smart. You just, you could at least take to the streets and protest or say, doggone it, last night I fucking voted for Herschel Walker, this guy. I didn't want Gavin Beshear. I swear to God I voted for him. I want to find my ballot and my signature here in Kentucky. Yeah, you Kentucky people are real smart. I want to find my ballot. I want to see my signature, the envelope. I want to see a fucking picture of me walking in on camera voting. None of you are going to say that? The silence is deafening, Kentucky. It's either that, either you really did vote for Herschel Walker last night against Gavin Beshear. Now, listen, let me say that one more time. You may have really voted for Herschel Walker last night. I'm not going to call him his real fucking name because to me, every black dude that's Republican, I'm going to always fucking call him Herschel Walker now. Until the GOP learns to quit fucking running these guys and run whatever, dude. Quit trying to pander and reach out. It doesn't work. It's stupid and it's a waste of time. And me, Clark the Shark, I know black people because they are my family. My wife is black. A lot of you white people and a lot of you white hillbillies in Kentucky, you probably don't know any black people. Yeah, that's right. Listen one more time. You probably never even seen a black person in your area of Kentucky. And that's why you refused last night to vote for Herschel Walker, who was on the ballot against Gavin Beshear. Or maybe I should call him Andy Trudeau. You're so racist and so prejudiced, Kentucky. You voted for Andy Trudeau. How about I fucking call him Andy Zelensky? You guys, maybe you are fucking neo-Nazis. You'll vote for anything but a black person, Kentucky. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just calling it like it is. Or maybe you did vote for Cameron Walker last night, and your vote magically, mysteriously wasn't counted, and maybe democracy did disappear in darkness last night. And it wasn't because a food truck came at 6 a.m. with a bunch of votes from Bethpage. Nah, it wasn't that. Like Michigan, like Philly, like Wisconsin, like Georgia, like maybe Arizona, like the audit found and fucking proved in Arizona that there were like 30, 40,000 troubled votes that were high critical. They were red. They were marked like, what the fuck are these? There's a guy at a vacant lot who voted. And there's a guy who voted twice, and one of his residences is a vacant lot, and the other one is a Target. Yeah, the media didn't tell you that. What these audits find, they find mystery phantom Democrat voters, and I'm sure they find Republican GOP voters in Texas, in red states, Oklahoma, voting like this too. Oh, yeah, dude, the cheating is on both sides. Let me tell you, Democrats, eventually, Republicans are going to learn how to count votes electronically. They're going to learn how to print ballots phantomly that don't exist. Oh, yeah, all the tricks you Democrats do with voting, Republicans are really savvy. We're not just a bunch of fucking dumb rednecks over here. We got guys like Crowder and Gutfeld and, dudes that are as crafty as Bill Maher up our sleeve here on the right wing. Yeah, and they know how to cheat too, just like you Democrats do. And just like the mighty iguana lizard, they will evolve and grow little spiny things on their back. Yeah, they will, Democrats, and they will learn to cheat. Maybe not in 2024, 2026, or 2028, but slowly there will be a creeping curve of Republican cheaters and election officials, just like there are in Georgia, Philly, Michigan, Wisconsin, etc., Arizona, Clark County, Nevada. Republicans will learn to cheat, and you won't be able to audit it 15 years from now. And what happened last night with Gavin Beshear against Herschel Walker, well, someday Herschel Walker will win, and you'll have all these mysterious votes, and you'll be like, why are all these people voting for black people now? You know what? There won't be any fucking people voting for black people. It'll be because people will be counting the votes in the dead of darkness where democracy disappears without a sound. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. And you'll see blue states like Michigan, Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, turning more red mysteriously. Yeah, dude, you Democrats think you can cheat and get away with shit forever. But then one day a train hits you at an intersection and you're face to face with God. Yeah, dude, every fucking day, dude, a Democrat dies and you face your maker. You will. I don't know how Herschel Walker lost to Gavin Beshear in Kentucky last night. I don't know why only 627,086 people voted for him. Sort of like how only that same number voted for Roy Moore against Doug Jones in Alabama 2017. That other one the Shark noticed quite weirdly too. That's weird, you guys. It used to be the Democrats just barely win at the end. Now they're like, you know what? We'll lose down ballot like to Russell Coleman, but we're not even going to fucking hide the fact we cheat or it's rigged or something. I'm not saying they cheat or it's rigged. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like Neo and Morpheus in the Matrix. I'm just wondering, how did Russell Coleman, not how did Russell Coleman, why did Russell Coleman, running for the Attorney General, get 752,230 votes? Way more, almost 100,000 more than Herschel Walker got last night in Kentucky. And his map was all red, you guys. What, are they just mad at Herschel Walker? They just have something against him? Yeah, I don't know any big scandals with Herschel. You know, he hasn't been raping anyone or anything that I know. What do you got against him, Kentucky? Michael Adams. Who is Michael Adams? Why did he get 784,772 votes? Way more than Andy Trudeau got. That's right. He got 784,772 votes, way more than Gavin Beshear got in Kentucky last night. And look at Michael Adams' map. It's ruby red, baby. It's beet red. It fucking looks like Donald fucking Trump was on the ballot in Kentucky last night. Kentucky voted beet red like crazy. This was a referendum, baby, against Joe Brandon. All over the state of Kentucky, except for one guy in this map here. And that one guy is named Herschel Walker. I'm sorry, I mean Kanye West. Yeah, that's right. Herschel West lost to Gavin Beshear, and he only got 627,086 votes, and his map was very blue and very pink. It was very, very weird looking map. It wasn't all red like all the other Republicans last night in Kentucky, you guys. Weird. You know what I think? Me, Clark the Shark, I think you guys did vote for Herschel Walker last night. And I have a feeling something nefarious happened. And, it just looks like voters are being erased. I've said this before, electronically. I think every single voter in Kentucky should go back, find your ballot, find your polling place, go back and ask, who did I vote for? I want to see my ballot. Oh, dude, I know ballots are secret or whatever. I go back and say, I want to see my envelope, my signature, my ID, the whole bit. I think you voted for this man last night, Herschel Q. Walker Jr., the token GOP loser. Because you guys are too stupid in Kentucky to be racist or prejudiced. Yeah, I believe that. You guys are such fucking dumb rednecks. You're not even racist. You voted for Herschel Walker, this man, last night. You did, but your vote wasn't counted. That's the suspicion of me, Clark the Shark, from the golden EIB Sharkraphone. It's not a microphone because it's fucking genius. It's brilliant. It's amazing. It's one of a kind. It's watershed. It's fucking breakthrough shit always here on the Clark the Shark Show, where I notice everything that the rest of you humans in the Matrix don't notice. I, Clark the Shark, do notice. And I happened to notice last night that Kentucky voted overwhelmingly red all over the state, except for this little blue map here where Kanye West was defeated by Gavin Beshear last night. And it looks weird to me, Clark the Shark. It just fucking looks odd how all the other Republicans all over down ballot, all over the state, they all won, but not Herschel Walker. Once again, like Georgia and other places where the GOP tries this shit. Pretty soon, Tim Scott gonna start losing, dude, and people like him, good Republicans who really are conservative, who really do give a shit. What are you gonna do, GOP, when you don't got Tim Scott anymore in South Carolina? What you gonna do then? If electronic voting is counting our votes, it's got to stop. Mail-in votes, you got to get rid of them. Voter ID everywhere, you have to enforce it. Mail-in votes, got to contain voter ID. Not that it'll fucking do any good. The corrupt election officials and election workers will, they'll find a way. They'll cover the windows or whatever they do, man, or kick all the polling monitors out, or they'll not just kick the GOP ones out. If they have to, they'll kick the Democrat ones out too, with a wink and a nod. I'm not saying there's voter fraud. I'm not saying I suspect it or don't suspect it, or there is or there isn't. I'm just saying this looks really fucking weird. Why was the whole map red in Kentucky? Not why, how was the whole map last night red in the state of Kentucky election, except when Herschel Walker is running? It just looks weird to me, you guys. Clark the Shark, 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous, incredible, gifted, talented, revealing Clark the Shark Show, where you actually get a glimpse of the brain of God when you come and listen to Clark the Shark. I don't think any other human being is more in tune with that man than me. In fact, I even think God is a little jealous. He's a little envious. He's like, damn, Clark the Shark, I know everything. I do everything. And even I didn't notice that Herschel Walker only got 627,086 votes in a deep red, ruby red, beet red state like Kentucky last night. God's like, sorry, Sharky, I missed that one. It slipped me. I'm like, God, man, dude, you're slipping. Me, Sharky, I noticed it. At 1-800-449-8255 from the golden, fabulous EIB Sharkraphone. It's not gold plated, you guys. It's solid gold. Excellence in shark casting, not broadcasting. Because I am observant, not just an observant. I am the observant. And I just wonder why so many Republicans last night refused to vote for Herschel Walker again. And they elected Andy Trudeau. I'm sorry, you guys. I mean Gavin Beshear in Kentucky last night. So you see Eddie Canastraci, whatever your name is, dude, you got a ways to go. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And all you other guys that think you're hip on the internet or YouTube, you guys think you're funny. You guys think you're irreverent, like you're a Robin Williams or you're a Howard Stern. You guys are fucking light years behind Clark the Shark and the golden EIB sharkraphone, because you didn't notice last night in Kentucky that Herschel Walker only got 627,086 votes, and he lost to Andy Fetterwoman. Him. Last night in Kentucky, you guys. Fetterwoman won again for women's rights. Oh, look at you, Kentucky. You're afraid your wives and daughters and girlfriends. You're afraid you won't have sex if you don't vote for Andy Fetterwoman against Herschel Walker last night in Kentucky. Wow. You're good, Eddie, but you're not Clark the Shark. I'm sorry. 1-800-449-8255. That's the VR. I'm out. Peace.